First thing I'm going to ask is that everybody turn off your cell phone or cell phone ringers and that kind of thing. So welcome to the Atlanta Internet Video Marketing Association panel discussion. Tonight we're going to talk about strategic video marketing. And I think this is so appropriate now because video has gotten so popular. And a few years ago when I did it, it was just do the video. Now it's like really plan it, meet all the expectations, and get it out on the internet. So we're going to go through all of the things that have made video now more in demand, but also more complex. And first of all, first things first, our sponsor tonight, I'm so thrilled to have a sponsor, is Copy Talk, and they do video transcriptions, and we do a lot of interviewing in our style of video production. I send it to them, they give me the video, the transcript written out, professionally typed with the time code. They are wonderful. I've used interns for this for a long time, and it's just not really dependable. And then some clients now are wanting the entire transcript, so it's really great to have them, and I'm so appreciative for their sponsorship. It's copytalk.com if anybody's interested in getting a video transcription. And I want to thank Tony Hale. This is Tony. Will you stand up for a second, Tony? He is running our live stream tonight. I'm so grateful for his help with this. He can help in any way with live streaming events, and I think this is going to get so much more popular as people, association, churches, all these people will get involved with having things live streamed. And Tony can sell the hardware. He actually custom builds it, and he also can sell the software. He's a reseller. Now you can go online, I guess, and buy the software, but we just recently bought it through Tony because we get some support, and we actually paid less than if we'd bought it online. So really, if you're thinking about doing some live streaming, you want to think about him. He also goes out and does it as a service. You don't have to invest in everything. And editing systems. Sorry. So thank you to Tony for doing this. His website is performancepcus.com. And then we also want to thank, somehow or another, I messed up, Showcase Photo and Video. How many in this room have heard of Showcase? You guys work with them? They have everything for video, everything that you can need. And Kenny Chrysler is wonderful and can help and be a consultant. And he's just wonderful. And this entire presentation is going to be out online too if you miss it, if you want to go back and see anything. So just to let you know that, but we really want to thank Kenny and Showcase Photo and Video, and they are showcaseinc.com. So tonight we're going to talk about the 3 steps: strategize, create, and distribute. And our first speaker will be Lori Eady, and she has her own company now. I have been urging her for about the past 5 years since I've known her to start her own company because she is a wealth of information that people will pay for. And she worked at fabric.com, an online retailer of fabric. Who thinks about buying fabric online? I mean, my gosh, you think you have to touch it and feel it, but she started with this company when, as she puts it, out of a closet. Literally, it was like her and the founder of it that got started, just a few other people. And Lori took this company really because she's an awesome email marketer, a great marketing strategist, and just brilliant. And she helped take this company from like a startup to $50 million a year. I mean, she is a wealth of information. I cannot tell you guys enough about how great she is. Deidre's used her services. I've used her services, and she grossly underprices herself, but I'm glad for right now that she does. and she really, you won't have her very much longer. And she just is so smart. And she started E-commerce Solutions of Atlanta, still working on the website, still working on business cards. She has 3 little boys who are keeping her very busy. So, and she's also working with a company, what is the cookware? Metro Kitchens. Yeah, so she's freelancing for them. Yeah, and so she did, and also Amazon.com ended up buying Fabric.com. And so Lori was greatly rewarded out of that. That was one reason she's been a little lax in starting her own business. and she deserved to be. She was such a great partner in this. And so she had ownership in that and got a great deal from Amazon.com and also got some great training from the best of the best. I mean, you can't get better at online e-tailing than Amazon.com. So she's going to talk about all the strategy that goes into it. Lori and I worked on some videos, and I am telling you, she was driving me to drink because she does not do anything without a strategy. And she just was like, okay, what's our goal going to be and how are we going to do it? And what's our call to action? And she's so creative and just thinks about everything. Very analytical and everything. But all her videos were wonderful. It was wonderful working with her. And so she's going to talk about strategy tonight. And Lori doesn't do anything without a goal in mind and how she's going to get there and can she measure it and can she know it's successful. So she is great. And Sachi Koto, who you guys probably have seen on CNN. I'm so thrilled to have her here tonight. I used to watch Sachi all the time and just love seeing her on CNN. And now she has her own marketing company. She does a great job. As a journalist, she knows what it takes to have a great video, to know how to tell a story. And every single day in the news, and Julie knows this, and Chris knows this, that you just look at like what stories are resonating with people, what is, what are people relating to, and now it's Honey Boo Boo and kind of all kinds of crazy stuff. But, people relate to people and all the things are the same. I mean, whether it is Honey Boo Boo or Duck Dynasty or the news, I mean, you really look for, everybody wants that emotion and telling that story through the right eyes and the music and the drama and all that stuff that goes with it. And Sachi is an expert in all of that, and she will go through creating a video, using like objectivity and news reporters approach, storytelling, emotion, and perspective. So she will have a lot of perspective on that for us tonight. And Deidre Hughes. Deidre has her own company, Hughes Media, and very successful company. I can never even get her on the phone. She's always busy. But she has a lot of, a few years ago, she said, I want 100 websites, and then I'm going to sell my business. And then she has one client that has 800 websites, and she still hasn't sold her business. So she's doing a lot of things right. She does SEO, and once somebody signs on with her, then they get their friends and other companies and everything to sign on with her. She does a great job. And Deidre was into video SEO long before many other SEO companies were. And in case anybody's search engine optimization, I should say, I say SEO and people are like, what is that? And so Deidre specializes in building the websites, making them not only, found and then on website mobile and all kinds of things. And then but tonight she's going to really focus on all the things that, obviously, Tammy, you're doing a lot of these things right, but you can spend $100,000 on a video, but if the right audience doesn't see it, then what's it worth? So Deidre really knows how to get it out there to the right audience, and it's not, and we all know, it's not about the number of views, but the right person seeing it. So Deidre is going to talk a lot about the distribution, and even big companies that you think of, they really would know how to distribute video and have it on the website. Deidre's going to talk about how to have it on your website as well and use it in your social media. I've seen really big corporations put a video on their website. Hey, email this to a friend. You email it, and it goes nowhere. I mean, it just goes to like a bright cove. So, and there's no call to action or anything on it. And a lot of people are having video on their website, but they don't think it all the way through. And Deidre knows about how to get your videos on the website in the right way so that they're shareable and easy to forward to your friends. So we're going to start with Lori.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Tonight, I was talking to Donna, I'm like, whoa, is this of interest to people about and we did this a couple of years ago, and I would say that, and not a lot of people were doing video when we did this at Faber.com. So I just really want to speak to you about the 3 videos, very specific videos, what those specific goals were, the process that we went about doing it, and then the results from those videos. Because like Donna said, why do a video if you don't have a goal in mind and you can't track it and you don't know what you're trying to achieve? And especially as you get purchased by a company like Amazon, who's very metrically driven, these are the things that they want to know. So as I was putting this together, I'm like, well, these are the things that make you go, when you're putting together a video. What is my goal? What's the purpose? I'm sorry, Donna, I'm going to go in front of you so I can see better. What's the purpose? What's the message? Who's my audience? Is it a new customer? Is it a repeat customer? And just so you know, I am e-commerce, and not that I can't do B2B, because I've helped Donna and I've worked with Deidre on some B2B type of situations, but I talk a lot about repeat customers and existing customers and who your audience is from an e-commerce standpoint. So what's the goal? What's the message? Is it the appropriate message? How do you want to portray that? What format are you going to put it in? And then we'll talk about why we selected it. So the first video, and I can't read that very well, sorry. We decided we wanted to do something on the home page, but something a little different than a video, come up and have the big hero banner be a video and people play. We wanted to appeal to our audience, which at Fabric.com was probably 99% women who love to sew for their children and love dogs and cats. So you could sell dog and cat fabric all day long. So if anybody wants to get in the dog and cat fabric business, you would have a nice niche. So we were strategizing what we wanted to do, and I said, they love kids. And previously, Donna, I hope you don't mind, and this is not anything against Donna, we used to call her Walk-On Donna. Donna did a walk-on for us, and she said, welcome to Fabric.com, glad you visited our website, so on and so forth. But we learned a couple of things from that. One, they didn't like it when the video automatically started playing, because a lot of people are shopping at work. Yeah, they were like, can you please not have that play? So we learned a lesson. And then we said, well, how can we appeal? Because are we really appealing to our customer? So since they love children and pets so much, we flipped a coin and we decided to go with the kid. So this is my son, and Donna's going to demonstrate how he worked on the website. So the goal behind this video was, when we were acquired by Amazon, Amazon has free shipping, and I think that was even, Prime was just starting. And so a free shipping proposition was something that they demanded or requested heavily that we do at Fabric.com. So we wanted to get the message out that we have free shipping. We were doing it in other channels, email marketing. We had banners on the website. We were posting it on Facebook. We were going through all the other channels. However, we wanted to augment our efforts and reinforce that we now were offering free shipping on $35. So the goal was to augment that message, let people know that we had free shipping on $35, because before we didn't, as well as, I'm sorry, now I lost my whole train of thought.
Sorry, tell them about that. We're going to show the custom.
So then Daniel, who was very creative, who's running the camera back there, he said, you know what we could do? So we actually got 2 videos out of one. So he said, I can take those little boards that he's holding up, and I'll make them blank, and then you all could write any message that you want on there. So if tomorrow the message is, check out our deal of the day, or here are our new products, or, we could impact other things. And so we got 2 videos for one. So talk about a good ROI. That was really cool. And you're going to show how easy it is to do so. And we got a lot of great comments from our customers. Love the little boy. Who's the little boy? They got a really, good kick out of that. The little boy was my son, because our message and our brand was about really family and personal and connecting, and it started that way. And I think that was what made us different from everybody else. So also what it did, so it ended up, when you're going through the process of, the goal was, she's changing the message.
What would you guys want? I mean, just really quick, hello, welcome to Achievements. I'm just going to change the and write A-N-D. You see how easy that was? Now we're going to see him again.
Okay. So the results were that our the orders that shipped over $35 went from about 40%, 45% before, to over 70% of the orders were shipping for $35, which as a result meant that our frequency of orders, so the customers were coming back more frequently because they got that free shipping for $35. That was a score. Has it said it yet, Dawn? Okay. Did he say welcome to Achievement? Okay. As well as, and then we'll move on to the next slide and why we chose that format. We wanted something different. And we did this, 3 years ago? So I don't think a whole lot of people were doing anything like that. So much so that the senior vice president of North American Retail for Amazon contacted the CEO and said, who is that cute little boy on the screen, on the gateway is what they call it, on the home page? Does he do any more poster boards? And, I was like, and do you want to hire him? Because then I could be like, Tammy. That'd be the real Eric Eady. So the next video that we chose to do, and a lot of people are doing that. I mean, that's what YouTube is really known for, how-to videos and techniques and those things. But we really listened to our customers, and we were wanting to launch. So our goal behind this is that we were wanting to launch a new product, expand an existing category, but it was fairly new, and people were scared of it. So our customers were like, I really love Minky. And I don't know if y'all know what Minky is, but if you ever have a baby blanket, it's very plush and soft and has a little dimple, so it's very nice for baby blankets. It's very popular. It's very expensive. So if you're going to sew on it and you're going to spend $15.99 a yard, you better know how to sew with it. So they were like, I'm not going to buy that because I'm not going to waste $15.99 a yard on that, and I'm scared. So we wanted a video that would help introduce this new category and take the fear out of sewing with it. So we took the format, and Donna saying, well, we still selected we wanted to do a professional video, yet we chose to just take existing content that we already had on our blog from years back, and we did images and we did content, and they put together a very nice, professionally done video. And I think it's had over 42,000 views. They haven't used it in a while, but we used it on the landing pages, we used it in email, and obviously on Facebook anytime we were having a sale with Minky. So, and then of course it helped with SEO and getting content out there.
Yesterday at 42, and look, it has that.
It's 45. Oh, okay. So there. So it's.
We did it, and it's 3,000 in a day.
We also gained insight from the comments that people. So we saw that they started talking to each other, about the video. Like, well, I use a top stitch, and I use this needle, and I found that it doesn't slip if you do this. So we got the people speaking about it. We also found some other things that, hey, we might want to add later, or some other videos that they would like to see. So also that category expanded by 28%. So that was another score. Yeah, we can go to the next slide. I think the other goal. So you start out with one goal, and then you go, well, it really could be multiple after you get it done with it. We also wanted to be the authoritative voice on to the sewing and crafting community. So doing how-to videos and producing that content was kind of just like an extra added benefit on that. So then we did the About Us video. And the reason we wanted to do this particular video was we wanted to strengthen and demonstrate our brand. And it was especially important to us as people who'd been at Fabric.com since it started, post-acquisition. So, because a lot of people were like, oh, you're going to buy by Amazon. Oh, you sold out. Oh, I guess everything is just going to go high, or we're not going to get the service that we're used to. We were acquired in 2008, and the company started in 1999. So we felt it was very important. They always wanted to see what the inside of a fabric warehouse would look like, that you're cutting, a half-yard fabric and sending it to Betty in Idaho. Like, they could not wrap their head around, because it's nothing like going into Joann or another big box retailer. They just couldn't get their head around, how do you get that off the shelf, cut it, label it, pack it to me, and I have it. And you give me free return shipping, and you get all this great stuff. So So this was the solution to our problem, and Donna and Daniel came out and spent a very strenuous day, I think, with us. So here's a note. Be sure to really set the expectations of upper management on what the process is going to be, as well as, I think he thought, they were going to be following around with the boom mic and, like Jay Leno and, man on the street kind of thing. But after we, even though I had told him that, after he realized that, he calmed down. But as well as I had to gather all the other departments together. I had merchandising department, the warehouse, and write the script. And Donna was great, and we wanted to do more of an interview type of format that spoke to our brand, because our voice is very welcome to the family, come on in, glad to see you, you're a part of us, we're still here, we haven't changed. And I believe it's had about, and they have stopped using it. Another note, there are a lot of people who have left the company since the video was made. So depending upon the ego, they may not want to show it anymore. But it's had almost 20,000 views, 18,000 views on YouTube, 88 likes. And you can see there are some of the, this is a great video for us customers to meet the team. So we had really great positive feedback about, this took the friction out of me purchasing with a company online. Now the trust factor has just been elevated again with a video like that. So in summary, engage, brand, and optimize. And when I mean optimize, it won't be the same way that Deidre means optimize. I mean optimize all of your content. We felt like we wanted to make sure that video was on every touch point that the customer could see, whether it was Facebook, social, email, website. Another residual that we got out of it was to show it to new employees so that they got the feel of what the brand is and what the voiceoffabric.com is. They hadn't done it as yet, but the HR partner was going to take it to recruiting and job fairs. I mean, it's a way to say this is who our company is. I mean, somebody can sit up here all day and say, "Hey, this is how our company is," but you see a video that's memorable. It elevates it. It augments everything that you've just been trying to say in text. So in summary, nothing that y'all probably don't know: set clear and well-defined goals and make it purposeful. I mean, we really sat down. We had 100 ideas, hundreds and hundreds of ideas. But we had three specific issues that we were trying to address. We felt video was the best way to do it. Nobody else was really doing video at the time. I mean, people were doing video, but it's not like what people are doing video today. Tailor the message to your customers. So is it new? Is it repeat? Do they like down home? Do they like, a little more she, then do that. Stay focused, because I am, and other employees at Fabric.com, very creative people. So the next thing you know, we've built, we're going to have 95 videos at one time. And so we just really had to keep staying focused, stay focused. Donna had to help me stay focused too, though, but because, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Well, you can do that, but stay focused and set on the goals that you're trying to achieve. Make it a great viewing experience, something they can relate to. I think we saw that with our About Us video when they were saying, I feel like I know you, I feel like you're the next door, I feel like I can trust you, love this company. And I said, provide the content, make it contagious, have a clear call to action. And I am so amazed at how many people don't. And Donna, I'm not going to talk out of school, but I am. I hope you don't mind. So I was helping Donna with the email that she sent out to Ativa for this event. And I'm like, that's really great, but how about a register now button? And she's like, oh, great idea. Great idea. I mean, don't forget your call to action. Do you want to sign up for emails? Do you want to share it with a friend? Do you want them to like it? Do you want them to comment? Tell them. And so many people forget that part of the strategy when they're putting together a lot of things, video included. And I just say be relevant, be authentic, and be transparent, and you'll win them over. Show your personality. And that's all I have.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That was the plan.
And here's Sachi. And Sachi, you're going to run your own, right?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for allowing me to come, Donna. This is really nice, and I'm learning so much here, and I hope that I won't be redundant with what Lori has just said. But my background, of course, is in broadcasting, and so I'm more on the reporter style. But I want to tell you that I just came off of hosting the Who's Who in Asian American Communities Awards last Saturday, and it is by sheer coincidence that Lance Holland is here from Encyclomedia, because they do the production work, and it's huge, it's wonderful, and we're just so honored that they would do such a small show for us, because I know the scope that Encyclomedia does. But our little claim to fame is that the WAC Awards, as we call it, is the only televised Asian awards program across the country. So that's our goal, just to keep it out there to give Asians a voice. But I do all of the pre-production, and I have to write the scripts for our videos, and it's for the 5 honorees that we recognize. And that is a big task because these people really don't have a lot of videos in their stock, so they can't send really good stuff. And I do it in a very linear fashion. I usually start as a child and then build up to the career and then who they are today and then wow, and get them on the stage. But the task is to make them feel like they are the most special person, for that night. And it's so much fun to write it, but there's so much that you can't put in, and you have to cover it with some type of visual, right? So that's the task there, because a lot of people don't have video, so they'll send me little stock of a little tiny little photo, and so that's part of it. But we love it, And then we do a mini documentary every year for it, and it's how Asians came to America and our contributions. So that's part of what I do, and I tell you that because even though I'm not in broadcasting now, I still do that video work, and it's very important to me. There are all kinds of types of videos, and I think you mentioned some of them. The how-tos, how to sew. But there's training, there's inspirational, motivational. A lot of you are trying to do a lot of things online. Man, if you can motivate people while you teach something, you've really got a niche there. But all kinds of things, pitching, the marketing. But let's talk about storytelling. And we have little Coco Pelli here. Okay, he is probably one of the original storytellers, and now we've just made it into video. But his little story there, he's a hunter, a fisherman, but our task now is to keep that story going. We all have stories in us, and if you learn to write, to tell a story, and to evoke that emotion, that's what you want. You want to connect, you want to grab. And also, you want to make sure that your video is something that is shareable and that you want to share, but on a positive side. I've received a lot of videos where, can you believe how bad this is? So we don't want to go on that way, okay? So make it very likable. All stories have the beginning, the middle, and the end. And when I teach public speaking, it's the same thing. It's stating, it's supporting with your data, with your research, and then coming back at the end and summarizing. Repetition is so good to drive home that message, but you don't want to beat people over the head. You want to be very creative in your writing and very subtle that you're beating them over the head. There's always in the drama part, the protagonist, the conflict, and then the resolution. And you might not need that in the video that you're creating, but that's part of the storytelling. There's always the drama, the elements there. But one of the biggest things that I think, and one of the most important things that people overlook, it's your music. Choose your music to match exactly that emotion that you're trying to get. Think about Jaws, okay, that dun-dun music. Every time you hear it, what do you fear? You fear sharks. Or then you think about something like Gone with the Wind, where it's free-flowing and pretty in the old South before the Civil War. So that is part of getting that emotion. So don't overlook that part. Very important in your video. And if you can, be very objective and present your story, tell your story through someone else's eyes. That way you're not beating someone over the head with my opinion. And you do that through interviews. When I in broadcasting, a very seasoned producer helped me because I was thinking about what stories to pitch to the assignment editor. And he said, you can't go wrong with children, pets, and old people. And what did you do? You have this darling little boy. Who's that little boy? Who's that little boy? It becomes bigger than the fabric. So if you can incorporate it, and next time I see you, if everybody's using a pet, then I know, oh no, that didn't work. Okay, we want to use the interviews. It's so important because again, It's not me telling the story. You have someone else on the scene. And if you, for example, in this one, where there's a disaster area, you have a reporter out there, and that reporter interviews someone who has suffered some terrorist attack. Or even, let's go to the lighter side, maybe quintuplets, where it's a happy thing. Still, if you get the interview, maybe that's not happy. Let's just say,
Twins.
good point, twins. So you get them to tell the story, and that is that emotion that is flowing. And then what the viewer is going to see, oh, look at that mom with those cute little babies, right? Children. Creating the story, reporter style. We all know the 5 W's, who, what, when, where, why, and then there's a how in there. That is so important, to put that and outline it. It's just like in literature or in English. Outlines are always somebody, people always say, oh, I don't want to do that. It is so important because you put it in the right order of letting the story flow. So outlines, please do not overlook that. And the interviews. When you conduct your interview, then you can use the services of Copy Talk. This is an actual script from several shows back. But I write in black, that's what I want to say, and then perhaps Copy Talk, if I had used them, would put it in red. So I learned how to write around what we call sound bites. Don't just throw an interview in. Make sure that you write around it. There's nothing worse than for something to come up abrupt. It's just like, whoa, that's a disconnect. Why would they do that? So if you can write, use someone like Copy Talk, put it in there, and then you know that the story will flow. Okay, we've done the outline, the 5 W's, the writing the script, conducting interviews. Then you want to voice it, and then it goes to edit, like to someone like Encyclomedia. Those are just the basics, which you probably know anyway. Look at this swoosh. Everybody knows what that is, right? It's branded. And that's what you want to do in your video. You want to start branding whatever it is, because you want people to automatically associate when they see that little swoosh mark. And then you want to make sure that the customer wants their perspective in this as well. And you want to tell them about the product and then sharing what is so important about this product, about this service. You want to make sure that is incorporated in there with that branding. And you think about branding, you look at Coca-Cola, open happiness. I mean, how short is that, but the message? Or UPS, we love logistics. So it's that very short, simplistic, but yet they get the message across. Every time you see that, you know it's Nike. Okay, here it is. You can do something different. You can use your models or your actors if you want. Make it different. Make it very creative. Just make sure that you use imagination. And humor is a great, great thing. Everybody loves that. Okay? You want to get the message out there, but you don't want to overload. You don't want to do a shotgun approach where you think, if I say this and this and this and this and this, then somebody's going to get something. No, stay very focused. Try to maintain one point that you're trying to drive so that eventually it'll be narrowed down to that swoosh. It'll be narrowed down to opening happiness. So don't do an overload, because people will just glaze over. It is just too much work for them. And repetition is good as long as it's not the same thing over and over. Be very subtle how you come back, but push that message. And if you don't have a customer, but you're trying to do a generic, tell them who you are. Tell them about your services. Tell them why you need to buy my product. And that will cover that. But stay focused on that message to make sure that you don't lose your audience. I saw this panel discussion, and it was from this group from Kaplan. And they were talking about the Aflac duck. And it was the advertising agency. They said this landed on their desk right in the morning. They were talking about it like, oh my gosh, how in the world are we going to market and brand this thing? Big New York agency. They all broke for lunch, went for a walk in Central Park. And guess what was in the pond? Quack, quack, quack. And then somebody said, oh! And then do you know that is one of the biggest successes right here. So that real creative thinking, and I don't think any, thing at the table, any suggestion, don't poo-poo any idea, because you never know. It might just be the Aflac quack. Look at this story, and Lance, you might remember this. This was a picture, an ad from Buick in our WAC program book last Saturday. And when I got it to send over to the graphics designer, I did one of those, yes, because this is a Buick ad, right? Do you see a car in there? No, but you know what? I saw someone who looked like me. So make sure that you go after the demographics that make sense, that will resonate with and connect with your audience. So I was very, very happy to see that. So look for that creativity. And never, ever underestimate your client. They're the experts. Listen to them, because you might have these bright, educated, experienced opinions, but if you don't listen to your client, they're not going to be happy, and they will not come back. So it's very important. They're the expert, and also they have that driving passion for their product or their service. They know what they want. Look at this ad. It doesn't say that this organization is going to wipe out child labor. But see, it's got a price tag on it. This message is so powerful and it's so impactful. And I bet if you were flipping through a magazine, you'd stop, you'd go back and you'd look at it and you read it. So simplicity is very important, and you don't even have to say it. That's the whole point. You don't have to spell it out. But if you have the right visual, then you might get that second look. Let me ask, talking about videos and creating. All right, we're commissioned from the U.S. Navy, okay? All of us, we're all on the same team. What would we put in a U.S. Navy commercial, a 1-minute commercial?
A big Navy ship.
Navy ship, all right, we got one of those.
Flag.
A flag,
The person that we want, like we're trying to target.
good.
Uniform?
Uniform, good.
Planes.
I'm sorry?
Airplanes.
Plane, all right, we got. What about an old person? Got to have an old person. Donna, will the music be real loud on this? Do I have to? Okay, because that's very important.
The call to serve.
Can you?
It has no sound, yet I have heard it. In the whispered retelling of honorable sacrifices made by those who have served before me. The call to serve has no form, yet I have clearly seen it. In the eyes of men and women infinitely more courageous and more driven than most. The call to serve has no weight, yet I have held it in my hands. I will commit to carry it close to my heart until my country is safe and the anguish of those less fortunate has been soothed. The The call to serve is at once invisible and always present. And for those who choose to answer the call, for their country, for their fellow man, for themselves, it is the most powerful force on earth. America's Navy, a global force for good. To answer the call, go to Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY.
Okay, we had everything you all said, but there was compassion. They were in there pulling people. It looked like maybe Hurricane Katrina. You know, there was compassion, there was that emotion. And I'm so sorry that that volume wasn't really loud, because if you hear it really loud, I mean, you just get goosebumps. And that's what you want. You want to make people go, wow. You want to make people go, ooh, that was awesome. So that's what we're driving for here. Creating the video that will make people look again, send it to their friends, and say, man, that is awesome. Thank you.
Did you want to mention that you have a...
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, and I have a public speaking video. Oh, sorry. I have a public speaking video that Donna and Daniel did, sorry, and it's for sale. It's gonna feed my pets. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Deidre Hughes, and I have a digital agency, Hughes Media. It's 13 years old, and we focus on marketing companies on the internet. The most important thing today with small companies, now the companies that Sashi talked about have a lot of money behind them. So they can do radio, TV, they can do billboards, they can do lots of videos, and because they have a lot of money and power behind them to set up a brand. The companies that I work for are smaller companies. So what they want right now is they want to be found on the internet. And that's why I use videos, to help my clients be found on the internet and then for them to engage with these clients. So to tell a short story, Donna, how long ago was it that I met you? Over the phone?
6 years ago?
Okay, so 6 years ago, Donna called one of my clients, and they said, well, you have to talk to my marketing director, Deidre Hughes. She called me, she told me her story, that she has this cable show, and that she could come in and take a video, make a video of my client. And I said, that sounds good, that sounds great. Okay, let's do it. And then I had her make another video for one of my clients. And the video that she made 6 years ago is still on the very front page of my client's website. And that client is Atlanta Vision Institute, and he is a LASIK doctor. And if you Google Atlanta LASIK surgeon, LASIK Atlanta, or whatever, he's going to come up. That's why I use video, and I think it's a very good selling point for all of your clients. When you're telling them they need video, they need video to help them promote their website, because when there's a video on their website, people stay on their websites longer. So you have more traction in that website, so there's less of a bounce off of the site to do something else, as well as all the other reasons that everyone has talked about, where you tell a story, where you educate people, all those reasons. There's a client out in California that I work for, and the name of the company is Eat, See, Hear. And they do outdoor movies. They show outdoor movies in LA. And they just started last summer. They had 3 months of promoting videos in different locations in LA. And they hired me to do their SEO. So they had 0 people coming to their website, okay? I told them, put a video on your website. Film people having fun at this event that you've created. And they did. And we recently got a notice in Webmaster telling us that there had been this huge increase in traffic. 1 month, they got 95,000 visitors to their website. 95,000. This is a company that's only had 2 seasons of business going on. Okay? Video is very powerful. I know you all know that and you love it, and that's why you're in this business. Let me share some ways that I help my clients be found on the internet via their videos. So most people are using YouTube, right? If you raise your hand if you have your videos on YouTube. Okay. So Google owns YouTube, so they promote, they like it when you're using YouTube. And the most important part of your YouTube setup, and you have your channel, is to verify it. How many of you have verified your YouTube channel? Okay. Okay, there are a lot more people here that have not raised their hand. It's a little tricky, but just look for it, where you verify. Okay? So once you verify it, and you have to do that with a cell phone or a telephone. They'll text you. They want to make sure you're a live person and you're not an automated mechanical something that's thrown up all these channels. That's the whole purpose of the verification. You didn't used to have to do it. You do now. Everyone knows about having the right title, having the right keywords. That helps Google find your video channel, having those right keywords. If you don't know what you should write for keywords, you can go Google Keyword Tools. It's free, and they will tell you and give you suggestions on which keywords people are already searching for. So you type it in fabric for baby blankets, and then Google will tell you how many people in the United States are Googling that combination of keywords, and that's what you're going to name your video. Okay? The other thing is you always need to have a script with your video. Okay? There is a button where you can press in your channel which will give you an automated script. However, you're going to have to read over that script because it's automated. So some of the words are not going to come out right, so you're going to have to edit it. The other thing you need to do when you make your automated script, and this is a good SEO trick that they're not going to tell you, is you can take one of those lines and put your website address in the script area with your phone number. Okay? Let's see. On your YouTube channel, make sure you activate your social media buttons so that people can easily share them on all their different channels. Of course, on your website, whenever you are embedding your YouTube channel, you also want to have share buttons to make it easy for people to come and share it. And you want to have your call to action. Please share this video after they see it. There are everything you need to know about SEO, honestly, is on the internet. It's all there. The most important place to go is Google Webmaster Tools. And if you go to my website, which is usemedia.us, and the blog, I just posted a link to tell you how to do an XML sitemap for your video. So even though you've posted it on YouTube, or if you're using Vimeo or one of the other services where you can host your video, then you embed it on your website, you still need on your website an XML sitemap. And in the XML sitemap, it's going to ask you to give a name, a description, and where the location of your video is hosted. So all that has to be there because when Google goes straight to your website, it can't read the video unless you tell it with an XML sitemap.
And that's all under the Webmaster Tools. Last time I looked, you had to be a programmer to do that. It looked pretty, a lot more than I thought it was going to be, though.
Oh, okay. The question is,
Under Webmaster Tools.
under Webmaster,
I've been hearing about creating sitemaps.
okay.
When I went to Webmaster Tools, I couldn't find what was the exact.
The URL is, I didn't write it down. I just put it on my website, which is usemedia.us blog. Just click the blog and then click on it. Okay? And it'll it'll give you step-by-step instructions. And it is easier now. Okay? So that's what I have. Let's see, do I have any closers? I said the call to action, socialize your videos. Even when you have your YouTube videos, try to follow other people that have similar videos, the similar audience to your sons, so that they follow you back and so that you can be found. Thank you.
Question?
Deidre?
Yes.
Mike online says that Google Keyword Tool, not Google Webmaster Tools, but
Yes.
Google Keyword
Yes,
Tool
that's correct.
and it is now called Google Keyword Planner.
Okay.
So,
Marianne?
thanks, Mike.
I have a question about like opening up your video to be shared on social channels. And I'm just curious, is there, because if you're you verify your video, but I mean anyone can try to look for something that was a really popular video and everybody else and their mom has copied it over to their own website, so it's no longer the original. Is there a danger of that happening if you open yourself up like that to being shared, to having your video being shared?
My clients are.
that question because it kind of goes
Okay. The question is, if you have made your video public, are people going to copy it, duplicate it, duplicate your work without you getting credit for it, basically, all your content? The clients that I have are doing LASIK surgery and cosmetic surgery and things like that. I don't have a fear of anybody wanting to copy their work. So I don't really have a good answer for you. But you can make all your videos private on the channel also. Okay.
Questions? Come on, you guys. No questions, really?
On those videos,
I'm going to go ahead and let you speak into it.
let's say on those videos, is there a way to watermark it so that you are able to keep your content your content? So even if somebody does copy it over, it's still got a watermark on it with your name all over it. So there is a way to do that.
Yeah, and my clients always say, well, why don't you keep a licensing right to be able to use it? And I'm like, the more people that see it, really, it should be the better for them. But it is going to happen. I have that television show and all the videos that I have on the television show, and some other company takes every single one of them and puts them on theirs. And it's better for my clients. More people see it.
I just want to add to something that I read about SEO and video, that Google is now giving, and you probably know this, Dieter, higher ranking to pages that have video on it. So if you have a video on a product page, your website in general will get higher ranking because it's on the product page. So they are giving more credence to video as in SEO ranking, and it's probably because they're on YouTube, but that is happening.
I've got another one. Have you ever wondered who gets to be the featured video? Have you ever wondered that question? You email editor@youtube.com and ask to be the featured video. Now, you're going to have some traction and visitors before they're going to let you be the featured video, but that's how you get that.
Tammy, you should do that. You've already got a lot of traction. That's
Yeah,
something.
you
Have you
should.
done it?
I have not. My son mostly handles his YouTube
Yeah.
channel, so he may know this, but I'm taking notes.
Okay.
He's
Did-
a teenager, so
That
he
is
knows about a
perfect.
billion times more than any of us.
Yeah. Daniel, any other questions from the chat room? Okay. Anybody? Any other questions? Okay. That was several.
I was going to ask Laura, because you talked about your About Us video, the length. I was trying to read it, it looked about 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Is that a good length?
I want to talk about that
You
too.
talk about it. So I had all these notes, and I'm sure I didn't cover half the stuff that I wanted to cover and say. But certainly, I look to Donna, or your video production company. I look to her as the expert in video. So I said, about how long do you think that we need? And that was the suggestion. You get over. I know I do. If I see something, if I'm going through and I see a video and it's 5 minutes, 6 minutes, okay, I don't have that much time. So I think it was we got a good story. They got to see our warehouse. They got to meet the customer service department, the warehouse department, the buying department, the merchandising department, marketing department. So all of that within 3 minutes or in 45 seconds. So, and the other great thing is the video production working with the video, because I know I was hesitant about doing videos because I'm like, I don't write scripts. I don't know how to write a script. I mean, I know the 5, W's and that stuff from school and outlining, but I know that scared me a lot. And so working with an expert or somebody that knows what they're doing, it was great to have somebody on board, with Myriad Video Productions that wrote the script for us.
You know that question about how long should your video be? I just get asked that all the time. And we have statistics on how long people watch. And it really, I tell people watch infomercials that are an hour long. And obviously they're selling products, And I'm not saying your video should be an hour. But our video that's on our homepage is about 3.5 minutes. I don't expect anybody to watch that all the way through. And it's very salesy and all that. But my gosh, if one person does, how much better does that look for Google Analytics? And I figure once they get bored with it, get out of it, So it doesn't hurt anyone. But for those people, we've got videos that people watch them all the way through. And we see the statistics. And it's particularly about facelifts. It's a topic they're interested in. So I'm not big on one size fits all. I think it's what your message is. Are you backing up? Is it interesting and entertaining? I sit there and watch that silly Fox video that's so hot right now. It's long, and I watch that stupid thing all the way through.
Sign up for our email. You don't need a 3-minute video.
Angela.
Keep your main page, because I've heard different ones say change it every week, month. I mean, I've heard
Lori,
change
you
it.
take that, and I think there were a couple of questions.
How often do we change? Would I recommend that you change your homepage
Or you can tweak it, whatever.
or tweak it? We changed our homepage at Metro Kitchen at least 2 to 3 times a week.
How much do you change on it? I mean,
We don't mess with the nav. We're just changing from a product. And so as an e-commerce person versus a strong brochure or content website, it's a little different. So we didn't change our nav. And if we added a new category, it automatically went to our sitemap, and we had all that stuff going on. But in our product, we put in 1,000 products a week. So it was constantly, new stuff.
We had a couple other questions here. Frank?
Any thoughts on closed captioning?
Anybody want to take that one? I don't know. I mean, I guess it can't hurt. I'm way too busy to want to do it for, but we probably all should do it. And they're not making us do it.
And you can do it on YouTube. You can take your YouTube video, and there's a place where you can click in the YouTube channel to add closed caption.
Really?
Yeah.
And all you have to do is have the thing, then the trace.
No benefit or no
From
drawback
SEO.
for SEO.
Not that I know. Because you've already got your script. I've already told you to do that.
Right.
Marianne.
Well, actually, that was my question. When you mentioned the script, I mean, that's kind of what I thought that's what you were saying. Is it that the computer hears your video and interprets that into text?
But as I told you, it's not perfect.
So all your
Yeah.
keywords might not be on. You think it hits most of it?
Yeah, the words that are being said.
Okay.
You still have to add keywords.
Gotcha.
In the narrative.
But I'm thrilled that you said that because I don't put my scripts in it. I've already gotten the whole script written, so I might as well put it in there. I didn't know you could do that. Any other questions? I'm sorry. Wes?
We tend to use Vimeo more. I mean, our site's a little different. I just know personally when for what I look for on the internet, if I'm Googling and I see a Vimeo or a YouTube with the same video, I'll click on Vimeo first. But I don't know. That's me. I don't know if that. I was just.
I think it's always good to do both because
I would definitely do both.
Vimeo gives you the ability to rate their video, which I think is great. At the end, you can say rate this video, and if the video is a 1 star or 5 or tip or write comment, I thought it was a great service.
Yeah, I know. Google's gonna do better with it. Did you have a question, Leon?
Sort of related to him. It was just Vimeo. I just saw that recently, and they are similar to Google. Who are they owned by? Are they?
Well, it's designed more for. I don't want to say artists. It's not. You don't find dog videos or cat videos. It's geared more toward we did this drama or we did this short film.
Mm-hmm.
We did this video test, or it's more for the artists, and I guess that's why I like yours.
It has all the features like she was saying with Google. You're not certain.
It's
Okay.
not geared towards
Thank you.
commercial. They actually frown against commercial use unless you go and pay the annual $200 a year.
Yeah, there's also the Video Plus. Excuse me for
This is for Deidre. What's your opinion on multiple domain names with relevant keywords that would point to one website?
I think Google's frowning upon that now, unfortunately.
The question was,
On multiple domain names going to one website. They want to reduce the amount of domains and redirecting and all the mess that SEO people have pushed out on the web. They're trying to get rid of it.
so if you, in my case, if you had one domain and now you just transfer it over, so it's one over, but you want the history and all that, what would you do? Would you keep it?
If you already have traction to it, I'd keep it. I'd still.
So it's not bad to have a whole bunch of, as long as you just have one. Daniel, do you have a question?
Well, that's the 301 redirect.
Yeah.
That's okay to do that?
You do a new website. You know, if you got a new platform that you're putting out, you're gonna have different URLs, and because you have different navigation and product naming and all that, you have to redirect it.
Any other questions? Anything on the live chat? No questions on that either? Do you guys want to go ahead and wrap things up? I want to get to, you guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Now we're gonna sing karaoke.
Make sure that,
For your listening pleasure, music. Sorry.
So this slide has all the contact information for Lori, Sachi, and Deidre. I'll just read it really quickly. Lori Edie of E-Commerce Solutions of Atlanta, Lori Edie at gmail.com, Deidre Hughes of Hughes Media, Deidre at HughesM.com, Sachi Kodo of Sachi Kodo Communications, Sachi at SachiKodo.com, and also we will have this online. Tony has a great system, and we will have a finished video very quickly and be able to get that online.
Just leave the slide up there.
Absolutely, yeah. So, all right, thank you guys for coming tonight. I really appreciate it, and thanks everybody for being here.